The movie is 28 Years Later, which was written by Alex Garland and directed by Danny Boyle. It's been almost 3 decades since the rage virus escaped from a biological weapons laboratory and wreaked havoc across the United Kingdom. While survivors are still living in a ruthlessly enforced quarantine, some have managed to find ways to exist and survive amid the infected. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single, heavily defended causeway. When one of the villagers ventures into the dark heart of the mainland, he finds himself in grave danger as he desperately fights to save himself as well as the people he loves. Before watching 28 Years Later, I went back and rewatched 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, and I can honestly say 28 Years Later is easily the best of the three. The skill and experience that Garland and Boyle have accumulated over the past 2 decades is on full display with this film, as I think it clears the other two in virtually every aspect. And yes, I know 28 Weeks Later did not have Alex Garland or Danny Boyle, but it is still technically canon, so I wanted to give it a rewatch regardless. 28 Years Later is of course still set in the same universe where the UK has been devastated by the rage virus, which effectively just turns everyone into zombies. But as I mentioned before, this is a very different film from the first two. Rather than just making a new zombie movie, they crafted an incredibly tense, beautiful, and tragic story that speaks heavily on the human experience. This is a far heavier movie than I expected it to be, which really surprised me because I was kind of just going into it expecting, a fun, exciting zombie movie that might be tense, might have some scares and some thrills, but it was just so much more than that. It had so many more layers than you would typically see in a movie like this. And it's really impressive to me that they were able to make a zombie movie feel fresh in 2025, because I think this is, at this point, a pretty crowded genre that really just kind of often retreads the same few stories over and over again, especially when you consider all the film and TV that's been done over the years in the same sort of genre. It's just kind of been played out. So to find something that is new, that feels exciting, that touches you in a different way, I thought was so impactful and really made this what it is. And that's not to say that this one doesn't heavily feature zombies or thrilling action sequences. It's actually kind of the opposite. There are some truly amazing action set pieces that will not only spike your adrenaline, but will take your breath away because of how gorgeous they look. There's one chase scene in particular that comes to mind that is unbelievably visually stunning, but it also is so intense, it had me white-knuckling the armrests in the theater seat. The cinematographer Anthony Dod Mantle had mentioned that they filmed it on a practical set that is over 400 feet long, that featured 2 dollies and 2 cranes working simultaneously to capture the raw and thrilling energy of the scene. And it's really the reason that it looks so different, but also so good. In my opinion, this was also by far the most terrifying of the 3 films. They introduced a few new types of infected, and there is one in particular that absolutely makes my skin crawl. They leverage some totally petrifying shots and film techniques that will leave you in a cold sweat as they highlight just how horrifying the mainland is at this point. The acting was really phenomenal. Alfie Williams has a breakout performance as Spike, and he adds incredible depth to the film, making you feel every bit of his emotions. And in my opinion, the third act of the film is largely successful because of his performance. And it's also so impressive because this is really his first time starring in a feature film, and you would never know it by how good he was. This is an emotional journey of a film that starts out as one thing and then transforms into something completely different by the end. Its compelling script left me feeling all sorts of emotions after the credits rolled, and on top of that, it pairs some of the best cinematography I've seen this year with stellar acting and some absolutely thrilling moments. I highly recommend seeing 28 Years Later in the theater because this is a movie that is just meant to be seen on the big screen. The extraordinary visuals and the horrifying zombie noises look and sound so much better in the theater. And right now, this one is exclusively in movie theaters, so go catch it at a theater near you. So go watch 28 Years Later. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please share it with a friend, add a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie or what movie you think I should review next, and subscribe to my channel. I put out a movie review each week, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.